Hello, and welcome to this TechSec version 0.7 video tutorial. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to cover one of the main new features of 0.7, and that is the ability to add annotations to your section cuts. So I have here a simple little sort of window frame wall model. I have my section cut plane positioned running down the middle to bisect it. And I'm just gonna, in scaled mode, I'm just gonna hit scaled visualization. And I've already added some hatchings and so on and so forth, some dimensions to the model. But here I'm gonna focus on adding annotations. So I've got here this internal plasterboard layer. I'm just gonna click on that. And then within my object properties panel, if I come to the TechSec section, then I can turn on annotate. Now I've already got all these settings set up, so my annotation appears straight away. When you do it, when you first turn on annotate, until you have a sort of text to go along with the annotation, then you won't see a great deal. But this one I've already got set up, and I'm just going to run through these annotation options. So the first option is to determine which section cut will see this annotation, or to put it another way, which section cut this annotation will appear on. So this section plane is called section 1, and this annotation is seen by section 1. I can also turn it to all, so it will be visible on all sections that cut through this object. And so we can see it again here, but I can turn it to none and then it will disappear. So I'm just going to put it on all for now. Then the next option is pointer X position. So pointer refers to this pointer itself. And as an initial starting point, I can either set it to the left of the object cut, the right of the object cut, or I can set it to the top of the object or the bottom of the object cut. So I'm going to keep them both at middle and middle for now. We've then got pointer offset. So this then supplies an offset to this pointer position. So I can move it in X, or I can move it in Y as I see fit. And I might just turn off my object manipulator like so. And I can also set an offset for the annotation. So I can make the annotation move left and right, and I can make the annotation move up or down. I can also change the nature of the pointer. So I can go just to a line, or I can choose an arrow, or I can come back to circle again. I can set the pointer thickness. So this will scale everything. This will scale the pointer, the line thickness, and the size of the text. And then I can, if I want to, bring my box back in case the scaling makes the box leave the line. I've also got then the option to set the text. So here I've got string set. Default is none, so you'll see nothing. Here I've got string set, and if I select string, then I'll have a text box here that allows me to put in the text that I want that annotation to say. There is also a file option, but I'll cover that with another object in a moment. And then I've got, as I previously mentioned, I've got box offset as well. And finally, if there are cases where TechSec incorrectly estimates the size of the box based on the text, then we can, if we want, increase the box length as well. So that's all fine. Now, if I come over to my brick, or no, I think better, one of my window panes in my window, if I come over to, again, the object panel, and I click on annotate, now we see we've got also an annotation set up for this window pane glass. I currently have the offset set so that it points to the middle glazing rather than the interior glazing, which is where my annotation option has been set. But you'll notice that this is a multi-line text. We've got some bold text in here, which is larger than the sort of attendant subtext. And this is done by, if I come down, we'll see now that I've got file set in the annotation text rather than string. And I've got then here an option to select the Blender text file. So if I just come to that Blender text file, we'll see here now we've got the annotation text set up. So the first line, triple glazing, starts with, forget what these are called, these brackets with a B in. And that denotes this line as being in bold text. So we get bold text up here. If I was to remove that line, or to remove that, and then just toggle my DPI, for example, just to refresh the section, then that bold designation has gone. And with that bold text, we'll see that down here, once we've selected file and we've got text, then there's this bold increase option, which allows me to increase the size of the bold text as I see fit. I've got 125% set at the moment. All other options are the same. So that basically covers sort of single line, simple annotation text, and multi-line text. There is one sort of final annotation option, which could be important, and that is in the TechSec view panel, we've got this annotation font option. And underneath, it'll tell us what font family we're currently using. So by default, Noto Sans is used, and that comes included with TechSec. But we can choose here another font if we want. So if I come down to, I think in downloads, I've got this Agdecima font. I quite like Agdecima. So I'm going to pick the regular version, and we can see now that the font has picked up this Agdecima, or this annotation has picked up this Agdecima font. It's a bit smaller, it's a bit more compact than Noto Sans. So I might increase my pointer thickness. And we've lost the bold. The text is still larger, but we've lost the bold designation. If I want that bold designation to come back, then I have to pick the bold version of Agdecima as well. And then the bold highlighting becomes available again. Variable width fonts aren't really supported, but if you have a font which has a regular variant and a bold variant, and you select them both, then you will get the bold and the regular text options. Once you close down this Blender file and reopen it again, only one of the bold or regular variants will get remembered, and you will see either that bold or regular variant being applied to the whole annotation. And if that's the case, then you just have to reselect the other bold or regular version in order for both to appear once again. And I think in sort of most respects, that's everything that covers sort of pure annotations within the new TechSec version 0.7. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye now.